Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to this week's episode review of Stargirl. Here we are, episode 4. We are building the JSA. But before we get into this episode review, let me first tell you this is a conversation between me and you. Link to my Twitch is in the description below. Come hang out. Let me know your thoughts as well. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. What did you think, Joe?
I think it was actually pretty damn good. Honestly, I put this episode as better than the opening
The
episode.
pilot, yeah.
Yeah, pilot.
While the pilot was unique and I really did enjoy the pilot, this once we've once we established the foundation, I feel like these past 3 episodes really established the foundation of this show, of this season. And while there really wasn't a big bad this episode, you had a lot of character development. You got to see the more perspective of the world and the people who live in Blue Valley. And just the story overall just stepped it up.
It's literally a world building episode.
Yeah.
And it did it pretty well.
Yeah, I would say this is the type of episode I would like to see on the CW shows, because a lot of episodes on the CW shows are filler because you have like 24, 25 episodes. And while this episode didn't have a big bad and it kind of hit the plot points that a filler type episode would have for the CW, this was by far from filler. It had, again, character development. You got a new member of the JSA introduced. You got that person's backstory, and you got some hero building as well. Not to mention, like, there is a moment where the villain gets built up some too.
Yeah.
You have Icicle having this meeting with this doctor who wants the magician's body and everything, and you clearly can see that he's lizard-like, dragon-like. He looks like the executioner from Shrek.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. He looks like the executioner from Shrek, but he still was threatening, which really adds to it. Now, Joe.
Yeah. You could definitely see in Icicle's face. He was like, I don't want to give this guy the body, but
In,
I was like, I don't. He was like, I don't have a choice.
and that's
So I'm
why,
wondering if he's like stronger than Icicle in a way, or
or
something.
has something like that could hurt Icicle. That's a thing,
Yeah.
because we know that only the staff is. Pat says the staff is the only thing that he has seen hurt Icicle, and this guy could have
Or
something.
maybe Icicle like really needs him. It's
True.
that.
I mean, he just killed the magician, also to show how threatening.
Magician's the brainwaves in a coma.
I mean, the magician's his whole family's gone
Yeah.
because the wife tries to leave, and we don't know what happened to her, but we know something happened, and Pat has come to that conclusion as well. And he was connecting some dots when she was leaving and telling him, "Hey, don't trust nobody. Like, this town is sketch as hell." And then he goes to the pickup part, and he sees the Jeep sitting there all crashed. The Joey's hat is sitting there in the wrecked car, and the cat's living in the junkyard now. And that's where the episode ends. And I feel like that, other than episode 1, where the clip it felt wrongly placed. Hangers have been really well done. And they really make you want the next episode. And in a way, I wish this was a binging type episode like Stranger Things, where you
I was
could,
just about to say, I feel like the end of the episode gave me like a very Stranger Things vibe.
yeah.
Like I could see like replace him with fucking like Hopper,
Mm-hmm.
like discovering something, and bam.
And I mean, sort of the same thing with Stranger Things. Like, Hopper is one of my favorite characters in Stranger Things, and Pat is really one of my favorite characters of the entire show. And we didn't get much of Pat this episode, but I felt like that was important. We need more of Stargirl, we need more of Wildcat and all to build them up, because
Yeah.
they're not full-blown heroes yet. You see this growth. They're going on the hero's journey. And I know, I said this last girl has gone on the, she has completed the hero's journey way too quickly. But from this episode alone, you can tell that she hasn't. While she has defeated things, the artifacts that go with these heroes are helping them. The Wildcat suit helps her. The staff helps Stargirl. So she has reasons why she still isn't a full-fledged hero. And even Wildcat questions it, like, how long have you been training? And, oh, a week. Yeah, also, a week has passed. Think about that. A week. Only a week has
Yeah.
passed in this show. And I think that also would really help with the binging, because with Flash and all, there's a clear process of time, week to week. And with this show, if it was binging, of course, it makes sense that it's only been a week. But for us, it's been 4 weeks, it's been a month. And it's like, okay, well, I want to know more. And I think that adds to the writing of the show as well, because this show is so well done. Overall, Joe, what would you rate this episode?
I'm trying to think what I rated the second episode. I'm thinking 7.5.
7.5. I rated episode 3 a 8.5. I'm gonna give this one a 8. There was the brief moment. So I loved the training that Courtney did with Wildcat and all, but there was a brief moment when they got off of the clock tower, basically, and before they got to the hospital, where I kind of it unclicked, because Wildcat's mask, I feel like it needs to go below her nose. By her nose sticking out and the cheeks so puffy, it kind of takes me out of it for a moment, because it just doesn't look right. So it, like, no, nice suit. I loved how, like, you could see it was very Black Panther-ish of with the vibranium suits that Shuri built for Black Panther. It was very much like that, but the mask itself was bulky, and I feel like if it was slimmed down a little bit, whether it's bringing the nose down and all, it would look a lot better. And I know they're trying to play that thing where they don't want it to look like a Batman cowl, but they don't want it to look like Black Panther, but it looks a little bit goofy. I think that's the one fault I would place. But still, I am loving this show. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite shows that is on TV right now. And again, the music for this show, phenomenal. That intro segment before the title scene, that was just all music, but you saw the backstory of Wildcat and why she is basically shunned in the high school. Not one word was spoken during that entire sequence, but you felt all the emotions. Really well done. So, if you want to join this conversation, let me know in the comments below, and you can also go follow us on Twitch. We do stream pretty much every day. So link to that is in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.